welcome back to Sextras,
where we talk about sex and all the extras.
I'm Honey.
And I'm Maria.
And this week we're going to talk about pubes.
Oh, yeah.
Should we start with the zones?
Yeah, let's start with the zones.
Tell us what zone you're in this week.
I'm so excited. So yellow zone, you know.
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean, this is so out of whack. I realize every week we edit this because we're recording so far in advance.
Yeah.
But
you have said yellow every week.
I know. But I'm so excited. I'm seeing my boyfriend really soon. And yeah, just really happy. And
Cute.
gonna have sex finally in so long. It has.
How long has it been?
Not that long.
Yeah. It really hasn't been that long.
But also I'm still on my period.
Oh,
I'm on
same.
day 23 of my period, guy.
Same. We started bleeding on the same day.
It's so sad.
We're so in sync. Today I was so angry. I was like, should I get my implant taken out?
Yeah, mate. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna ride this wave for. I don't have long left. Anyway,
Really?
On my implant, yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, just gonna ride this period wave out, I guess. But I'm excited. I'm yellow, very yellow.
Cute. Happy
Yes.
for you.
Yes. How about you, girl?
What zone am I in? I literally haven't thought about it. I guess.
Have a think.
Like, I mean, I haven't thought about anything dating wise.
Oh, I see.
I've thought about sex, so I guess still red and still green/white.
Okay.
Well, not really even green, like mainly just white.
Yeah, white. Sounds more white vibes.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm just gonna bring this down. Sorry.
Like, I'm just not bothered by
Fair
men.
enough. By men. Oh,
Yeah.
but you well, I don't know how much you want to share actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead if you want to.
Well, I did ask a girl out on a date. Finally. This is like I decided I'm in my queer renaissance.
Yeah, the return of
Honey's
gay
queerness,
honey.
Yeah. It has been 4 years.
It's been a long time coming,
So,
guys.
That's good.
Happy you finally made an appearance.
Finally, I was kind of like getting a bit worried. Honestly, yeah. Anyway, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I think everyone's quite relieved.
Yeah, I guess we like consistency in this podcast. we have kept a straight yellow and a straight red
Yeah.
for quite a while now.
But yeah, so speaking of straight, I was gonna make a pubes joke, but I was like, my pubes aren't straight, they're very curly. Does anyone have straight pubes? Does everyone have curly pubes, even if they have straight hair?
I mean, I have very straight hair and I have curly pubes.
Because everyone does.
Yeah. Let us know if you have straight pubes.
Don't send us a picture. We don't want to see. Just want to know.
Just let us know, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a message will suffice.
But yeah, so should we start the episode with a segment?
Mm-hmm.
We asked you guys loads of questions about pubes and you actually pulled through.
Yeah, you
for
delivered.
once. So let's get started. Okay, so we asked what were the messages you heard or absorbed about pubes and body hair when you were growing up. Someone said shave.
Yeah, and someone said that thick dark hair is a bad. Oh, that.
It's
It's a bad girl. That. Yeah, and someone else said. No. Yeah, and someone else said that thick dark hair is bad and should be removed. I think I still said it with the same inflection.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Someone else said should be waxed off to be desirable to men.
Yeah, we got this message of like to be desirable to men quite a bit. Someone else said that men who like pubes are strange.
Oh, Flipping the script.
going as far as to say that, like,
yeah,
you know, men will think, like, men that actually are into pubes, those are the strange ones.
they have something wrong.
So
with
many
them.
people said that, like, they heard that men won't like them. Anyway, we can carry on with the you'll see.
Yeah. Someone said unladylike.
Yeah, or that hair is not feminine.
I was always fed the idea that pubes weren't sexy.
Or that body hair in general is dirty and should be removed.
Shave, shave, shave. My mate once sat me down and was like, if you're hairy, no man will ever shag you. And I shave, shave, shave. My mate once sat me down and was like, if you're hairy, no man will ever shag you. And I believed it.
Aww.
That's really sad.
Yeah, that is really sad. But I definitely got that. Like, I feel like that's definitely a thing that people say a lot. That it's like, oh, men don't like it. Men don't like it. Men don't like it. Someone else said, when I was young, mine grew in early and I was constantly hearing that pubic hair was gross. I always feel bad for, like, because I wasn't that much of an early bloomer in terms of puberty and that, but I always felt like kind of sad for the people that did, because I feel like when I finally, like, started going through it, and it was like everyone was kind of already going through it as well, so at least I felt that thing of like, oh, I'm not like the only one. But even in those, like, those feelings and those, like, that self-consciousnness, like, imagine that, and you're like the only one that's going through it, and then having comments made about it, it's like,
no, God. I mean, I feel like I got pubes early, but like no one really knew about, like, I don't know. I don't get why people are discussing it. I mean, it's like, why is it relevant? Anyway, the next one is, I was very impacted by the messages I heard. I was told it was disgusting. As a girl, I was definitely told that pubes were unfeminine and going to deter boys from me. I remember being told it was almost unnatural to have pubes.
I mean, it's certainly not unnatural.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, the modification is shaving them.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, no, definitely not.
It makes no sense. No. Okay, yeah. And then we asked another question.
What are your pubes like now?
And the most people said partly shaven or trimmed. And then the next most
the next most
was fully shaven.
And then it depends who's seeing it / it depends on my mood.
And then the least was full bush. Unsurprising, really.
Which one do you fall under, hun?
I have a full bush right now.
Nice. I kind of have a full bush right now too, but it's not the one I sport. I'd fall more under it depends who's seeing it / on my mood. I'm surprised that one didn't get the most votes,
true.
to be honest.
But people
I also understand partly shaved
consistently
and
shave. So I guess because also it's one of those things that if you shave, you kind of have to keep it up, otherwise it's like painful.
Yeah, my thing. I mean, I guess we can get into my shaving
habits routine
later, but so I'll actually keep that for you guys later. But let's move on to the next thing. Yeah, little cliffhanger for you. Someone contributed to this question. They said, I did clean shave ages ago because I was seeing this guy and I had a full bush, and I've made myself promise that I'll never do it again because it was actually the most painful and uncomfortable regrowth ever. Yeah,
so kind of adding to what we were saying, it's just like, it's so infuriating. I just hate that feeling so much. But then we asked, do you care about your partner's pube situation? And 24% of people said yes.
Pretty low.
Yeah, pretty low. And then 76% said no. And I feel like some people are lying here. I'm just going to say that right off the bat.
Or like just, I'll say no because, you know, I want to be a good person.
Yeah, because I want to be that person that doesn't care. But when it comes down to it, you really do.
What, are you thinking of any specific person that you peeped in this photo?
No, not really. I mean, several people come to mind, but like just the general consensus when I talk to people about it, I feel like I don't know.
Do you care?
No. I don't even notice. I was trying to think like what people that I've slept with bushes have looked like, and I couldn't picture a single one. Like I remember when I dated a girl, because like it stands out quite a lot. Like that's the only vagina I've slept with. But and also like I know what her shaving regime is now. Not like in a weird way. I just do. Because we're friends. But like
What the fuck? Yeah, I know my ex's shaving regime now because we're
not like
friends.
regime,
as though it's such
like
a normal thing to know. Like,
not regime, but like status. A pube status.
what's your?
What am I saying?
Her pube status,
Yeah.
yeah. What's your pube? Oh, faux bush.
But yeah, anyway, moving on. Wait, do you care about?
Do I care? No, I don't.
No.
I really don't. I mean, I guess I do because I think I genuinely do prefer like hair rather than not.
Yeah, so you do.
But I actually don't. But the thing is, I don't
Like-
care. Like, if I was with someone that preferred shaving, I really wouldn't. It wouldn't make a difference to my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
So no, I don't care. No.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know your
God.
pube status. We're actually gonna coin that now. Okay.
So then a couple more comments on just like whether you care about your partners. A couple people said, well, someone said, literally don't care about others' grooming as long as they're hygienic. For me, it depends on how I'm feeling. Yeah,
Cool.
I feel like that is the best way to look at it. Just like as long as they're hygienic.
Yeah.
That is kind of like the most you can ask of someone realistically.
And then someone said, I don't mind pubes on others, but I hate it when they get stuck between my teeth. I love it. What are you talking about?
Has this ever happened? This has never happened to me. Ever.
Not in between my teeth. Like in my mouth, yeah. But not like
Yeah.
like floss. No, it's never happened to me.
Oh, God.
So yeah, I don't know what you're doing to make that happen.
Maybe it's a very hairy bush.
Maybe you need to change your technique. Maybe you're doing too much in the pube area. But yeah.
Too much munching.
Yeah. Okay. And then someone sent us a very detailed analysis of their
pube thoughts.
puby musing. They said, I think that unless you're talking about oral sex and you just don't like a full bush or hair in your mouth, which is fair enough, I just find it kind of pathetic that people are so against pubic hair. I understand that preference is preference, but I struggle to see how someone can have a genuine issue with this part of someone's body that is, 1, completely normal and natural, and 2, a bitch to get rid of. I have nothing against people getting rid of their pubes because they want to. You can do whatever you want with your own body. I just think the minute someone else thinks they get a say, it's a real issue. Also, I do think it's problematic when partners have an aesthetic preference for completely shaven. There's no other time that a partner should feel comfortable enough to openly state what they don't like about their partner's bodies. So why is this different? Not to mention that just saying you prefer shaven means that if they decide not to, you've immediately put them in a position where they have to choose between personal comfort and their partner's wishes. But it's apparently acceptable because it's pubic hair. Maybe it's because of the idea that when two people are dating, there's this underlying obligation to give them sex. So saying you don't like pubic hair becomes more of a sexual preference rather than a personal one, and partners are maybe expected to live up to their partner's sexual desires. For example, it's a lot less acceptable for someone to comment on their partner's arm hair and say how they don't like it, but it's just a preference. Most people would say that's a shitty thing to say. but because it's to do with genitalia, it automatically involves other people. Perhaps it's the idea that female genitalia is inherently sexual, so pubic hair is placed into a sexual realm, and it's acceptable to offer your opinion because it's not body shaming, it's a sexual preference, and everyone has a sexual preference, so it's not their fault. Also, there's the whole infantilization of women and the impossible and creepy body ideals that need women to look like children: bald, soft, clear skin, small, young looking. That was a lot. But like, yeah, I completely agree with everything they said. Like, yeah, you kind of nailed the whole episode. We're done now.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys.
See you next week. Yeah, I'm really glad they said the thing about infantilization at the end, because I definitely want to touch on this. But like, yeah, it is so weird that it's something that everyone has an opinion on, when like having an opinion on other things about people is not really acceptable. And if your partner commented on it in the same way, commented on something else in the same way as they do with pubes, you'd be like, fuck off, what are you talking about?
True. But I'm just trying to think of like my own, has anyone ever like actively told me? And I don't think it's even ever been like a conversation of a partner expressing a preference. It's just like, I'm already so like self-conscious about it that it's like, I already, like, from the get-go I've already clean shaven, because it's like I don't even need to ask the question. Like, I'm gonna do it because I don't like want to feel any type of shame from the start. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So not to say that I disagree with anything that was said, it's just that like I feel like it's even more of a problem than even like something that's like normalized to ask someone to change. It's like, it's an expectation. It's like already so ingrained in everyone that it's like, it's not even, doesn't even have to be a conversation about it. It's not even something that someone is asking for. People just like are expected to do it without even having, as I said, a conversation. Like,
yeah, that's true. It's like kind of what we talked about in the male gaze episode of just like, we just like, you're kind of policing yourself and your own body based on what you think is going to be desirable to other people, which is so fucked up that like we have to do that, and then is not doing it even empowering to you, because like what if you like shaving, you know? I don't know, it's weird. It's very complicated, but yeah, I agree that like no one should really have a say, basically. But anyway, thank you to everyone who sent your opinions on pubes, your
thank you so much,
musings, and your pube status.
Thanks for letting us know about your pube status.
We now own this information about you, and we can do whatever we want with it, so.
Let us know if there's any updates on that status. We need to keep the records, you know.
But yeah, definitely let us know if there's anything else you think. We'll post it on the Instagram. Or whatever. But yeah, should we get into the main episode? I say that every week as if like you're gonna say no. So let's talk about like our own experiences, like what we learned about pubes growing up, because you were saying that you like internalize these the idea that like you have to shave.
Well, I feel like from like, I think it's really strange that straight away, sort of like when you start growing pubic hair or like any kind of body hair, like armpit hair, because I guess that comes in before, like the leg and armpit hair, and that your parents like, no, this is no fault on my parents. I'm really not like trying to shit on like the way they raised me, because I think that they did a great job. It's just like they just immediately are like, oh, like I'm gonna buy you a razor and like I'm gonna teach you how to shave and this is how you get rid of it. And like it wasn't even like oh, do you want to get rid of it? Like it wasn't even a question for me. It was just kind of like that was the way it was. And then I remember all of these conversations like very much happened like me and my mum, which like I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because obviously like just from a comfort standpoint, like you want like your kid to feel comfortable when you're like talking about this stuff that probably makes them feel very uncomfortable. But yeah, it was very much like a girl's conversation, and like very much not, like, I knew that it wasn't a conversation that my brothers were having or anything of the sort,
Yeah, that's so
essentially. And I remember, like, when I was like 12 or something, and I had like armpit hair, and I'd already been shaving for like a year or something. I don't know how long it had been, but one time I just like, it was a bit spiky, like, you know, when you have a bit of hair.
Yeah.
And my brother saw it and he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And it was like the first time he'd ever seen that I had like armpit hair, obviously. And it was very much
God,
like
that's
that message in my house. Like,
crazy.
the men were like, my dad also has said, like, when I have like armpit hair or leg hair, he's like, "Oh," and stuff like that. It's very like, women aren't meant to have like leg hair or
Yeah.
armpit hair. I mean, but then with like pubes, like, my mum has never been okay with me shaving my pubes and stuff like that, because I think she sees it as like a sexual thing. Like, when
yeah.
you start doing that, it's like you're doing it for a boy, not for
Yeah.
yourself, which I think like is the case. Like realistically, when most girls start shaving, it's because like they're doing it for a boy. It's not really because they just came up with the idea of like, oh, me for myself, or when I look at my vagina every night, I'm gonna shave. Like, it's really when you start being like sexually active or whatever. But
like, you're not shaving your legs for yourself.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's just because it's a genital area.
But no, but I guess
different.
I guess you kind of are doing it for yourself. Like, even from like, you do it because you just like, you don't have a choice. Like, you, genuinely, that's how I felt growing up. Like, I didn't feel like I had a choice in any way, shape, or form. Like, it was just the way it was. And like, every time before we went on holiday, my mum would like take me to get my bikini wax.
Oh my gosh.
And like, yeah, it was like very much like, this can't be on show, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the messages I heard, like, household wise. I mean, we can get more into like when we start growing up and like actually get into it, but what about you? I want to hear what messages you heard.
I feel like mine was very different to yours. Unsurprisingly. My mum, I mean, obviously my mum raised me, so it wasn't any like secrecy around pubes or anything. But I remember when I got leg hair. I don't remember when I got armpit hair, but I remember when I got leg hair because I really wanted to shave it. And I think it was just from like I think that's like a womanly thing to do, kind of thing. Like, I wanted to be grown up and shave my leg hair, basically. And I remember my mum saying, just wait, like, I'll teach you. I think you're too young to shave now, but like, don't do it now.
Oh yeah, I wasn't allowed to shave my top half.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
ever. And I did have to wait to shave my legs, actually. That's true. Yeah, I was too young, my mum said. Yeah,
but I just did it anyway. I used her razor, and then she was like, oh, I think like you can shave your legs now, and I was like, oh, I've done it. And she was like, oh, so you just did that, you just took it upon yourself to do that. And I was like, yeah, what do you mean? Yeah. And then I remember so clearly when I got my first pube. It's so weird, but yeah, I don't know, I would just remember feeling like really weird about it, and like, oh my god, my childhood is over. I've always just been such an overthinker, clearly. But my mum's friend was over for like drinks, and I remember she like came to say goodnight to me, and I was like, I have to tell you something, I have a pube. And I was like, but don't tell your friend. And she told her friend. Biggest betrayal of my life.
Did you have like single hairs, or did you grow like little, like
one pube?
Yeah, I had that too. I had like one pube, and then I had like 4, and then, you know, like started growing.
I remember they just suddenly appeared after that. It was so weird. But I remember my first pube. My first pube.
Did you keep it as a memory?
Yeah, I plucked it out. My first ever one.
So you were kind of sad. You were like, oh, my childhood is over.
Yeah, but I also wanted to be womanly and shave my legs, so it was kind of a contradiction. But yeah, I don't remember feeling like I had to shave anything, and it was never a thing of like, I don't know, I just feel like my mom was very, very chill. growing up because it was just us two, and also she was very like, you don't need to sexualize yourself and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of similar but also very different to yours. But then yeah, should we talk about when we grew up, like what's changed now? Because I feel like I've done a full 180 of I don't shave my legs or my armpit hair or my pubes.
Yeah, I don't regularly shave, if I'm being honest. Like, well, in the summer I kind of do, but in the winter I never shave. Like right now I have full armpit bush.
Yeah, same.
Full vag bush. I mean, I shave if I'm. Yeah, I mean, I have to get into my truth, guys. Okay, I'm not a shaver. Okay, if it were up to me, I just wouldn't shave. Like, I don't shave my legs because I don't want to. Like in the winter, I'll do it in the summer because I do think it looks nicer. Like I personally do, and I do know that that's because I've been told that it does. But I just do think it looks better. And yeah, armpits. I mean, if they're gonna be on show, mine will be shaven. Like I don't shave them in the winter. That's because they're not on show. But like, if they were gonna be on show one night, I would shave them. I'm not like, but that's also because I don't like the way it looks. Realistically, like on myself, I wouldn't like it. And I know that it's because like it's again the messages. I know that it's not actually there's anything wrong with it, and I don't like ever look at like anyone else, man or woman or anything, and like look at their armpit hair or like her, and I'm like, ugh. Like ever. Yeah. So I don't know why I wouldn't like it on myself, but that is just the way it is. But all that said, I do clean shave my vag. I do shave
full shave?
Yeah, clean shave my pubes. Yeah.
What
do you mean? How do you not know this about me?
I thought you just did like a landing strip.
No, clean.
No wonder it takes you so fucking long.
Like everything is gone. Like even like the crevices that get like in between the flaps. And I do it for a man. I do it for a man. Yeah.
No, it's fine. You do.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the way it is. Like, it
You're
really goes
like
against.
It's a big confession.
It is a big confession because it genuinely goes against like what I believe in. Like, it does.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I know that I'm not gonna feel as confident having sex with my boyfriend when I know, and I guess like he has expressed this preference, but it wasn't like he wouldn't have expressed it unless I asked.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's because I asked and like I wanted to know that he's told me that he prefers clean shaven, and I was like, okay, I guess from this moment on, it's clean shaven forever. But I mean, I'm not clean shaven like 24/7 when I'm with him. It's just like I'll clean shave, then while it grows, I'll let it grow up for like a week or two. And then I'll shave again.
Is it not so uncomfortable?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, when we were living together, that was the worst, because I was full-time shaving.
It's a full-time shaver.
Right now, it's just part-time, honestly.
You're on a 0 hours contract.
Yeah, I have a part-time bush, legit. I legit have a part-time bush. But I low-key hate it, and, like, I've developed such a good routine, and this is why I wanted to make this episode, guys, because after, like, I'm gonna give you some tips on shaving and, like, such a good routine for pube shaving, because I used to get the worst, like, all the ingrown hair, so much irritation, and, like, that makes me self-conscious. Like, yeah. So it's like, which ones is it gonna be? Like, am I gonna have horrible, like, spotty, horrible ingrown hair skin? Like, or hair? Like, to me, they're both bad. So it's like, but surely the hair is not... Actually, no, the hair is not bad. I don't even know why I said that. To me, they're both bad. They're only bad because, like, I know that my boyfriend is, like, going to be preferring there to be no hair.
Okay.
So it's like, that's always going to be in my mind. And to be fair, in all honesty, this isn't even just, like, trying to defend the situation. Like, when it's, like, when it's shave day, like, that sex bangs. Like, that is the best sex. When it's like just the fresh shave and it's like everything is so smooth and clean, like it honestly just does feel better. Like getting head when you're clean shaven. I would actually, like, it's lit, but that feeling only really lasts for like a day or two at most, and then it gets uncomfortable. So it's like, I'm doing all of this shit for literally 2 days of glory, and then it just goes to shit. It's horrible. But yeah, that's my confession. I am a fake feminist, and I hate myself.
Maria's written by a man. Essentially, is the message of this podcast.
But I feel like
it's fine.
I feel like many women are living my truth, the truth that I'm living right now.
Yeah, no.
And I do feel like there is even though I fully agree with that submission from that person about like how it shouldn't really be okay to ask like someone to do this, and like how I guess it can be justified if it's like seen as a sexual preference. I do agree with that, but at the same time, it is like, I guess if it's like what my boyfriend likes, like I'm happy to do that for him, because at the end of the day, like, I don't really like it. I'd rather not shave, but it's not that big of an inconvenience. Like, the reward for me is bigger than the inconvenience.
That's fair,
Otherwise, I wouldn't do it, because I'd be so self-conscious during sex that I just like wouldn't want to have sex. Yeah. So it's like, which shouldn't be a thing. I know it shouldn't be a thing. And I think that's obviously the problem. It's not really my problem. It's like
society,
a big problem, but that is my truth.
It's all on you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know this is gonna shock people, but I have asked a man if he prefers me shaving or not as well. Like, I have also shaved for a man.
No way. I actually am shocked.
And for a woman, I'm very, very fair in my treatment of different genders. But I think the thing is that, like, I don't like head that much. So for me, it's, like, not really an issue. Like, if I was getting head, also because now I have herpes, and I don't really fully understand the dynamics of herpes and getting head, and I don't like it enough to learn that, like, I don't really care. Also, I think I said this in another episode, but I'm like, if people don't care that I have herpes, like, once we've got through that milestone, the fact that I have a full bush is not really the problem here. Like, that's kind of the saving grace of the situation.
But when you started having sex, like, did you have this as well, or was this just in my head that like you showed up shaven?
No questions asked. I think it was just like, I don't even remember really thinking about it. I just remember being like, this is how I am programmed to work. I am gonna shave and go and get fucked, or fuck someone, and that is the way the world works.
Yeah, and it's like, mate, I would be like fully, you know, that whole fucking meme of like, you're fully in bed, you're ready to go, like makeup off, everything. You'd get up, get in the fucking shower, and you're shaving. Like, though it fucking takes me ages, like, I'm still gonna fucking do it. I'm not gonna show up without having done it. Like,
I have just never been a high maintenance shaver. Like, I will do it as quickly as possible. It's probably such a shit job, but like, I don't care. Like, if it's
how, like, I need to do it so slowly, otherwise I get ingrown hairs.
Oh, I definitely always got ingrown hairs, but this is why I don't shave anymore. And to be fair to this person, the reason that I have a full bush is literally because of a man now, because like my ex was like, why don't you just grow out your hair and like see what it's like? Like, I'm kind of curious to see what it's like. And then I did that, and then he did kind of say like, okay, are we gonna go back now? And I was like, nah. We're here now. There's no going back.
Shouldn't have suggested it, mate.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Oh, I love that. Actually, that's quite funny.
Yeah, I mean, this was also after him like saying that I shave weirdly, and I felt super like self-conscious about that. So that was fun.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but like, but I don't know. I don't know how many people have really commented on like how I shave, but I don't feel like it's enough for me to change what I did. As I said, when I started having sex, it was very much just like, I feel like this is what I should do, so I'm gonna do that. And now I really don't think about it. I kind of love it. I don't even trim. I was thinking the other day, should I trim? Because I keep finding pubes like literally everywhere in my house, and they're so long because I haven't shaved in like 2 years. Like, they just keep growing. And this is so not information. This is so not information the world needs to know about me. But now they do. It could be my armpit hair, though. So that's better. Anyway.
You know what? I actually don't even think that the oral sex argument is valid, because me and my ex, 2 girls, 2 bushes.
Oh, this is something I wanted to talk
no
about.
Shaving whatsoever. No one, like, not once in the relationship. Like, I think at the start it was like a I won't shave, you know, because we're gonna have sex for the first time or whatever. But like after that I was like, yeah, nah. And we went out for like a year, had sex a lot of times. Literally must have gotten like 1 hair in my mouth or 2, or like at most, literally. Like, you can avoid it so easily. So I don't really know what men are doing. Like, the vagina, like the stuff that you need to get to, there's like not gonna be much hair there. Like, if there is hair, because I'm sure that there are people that do have like some hair in those sections, but like really not enough to, but like,
you can literally just pull it back.
Yeah, like,
and also
it's so easy to avoid it.
Also, put, like, if you put pressure on that area, that kind of like makes it better anyway. So like pushing, like, 2 and 1, easy, simple. And it all comes down to this stupid argument that men have that, oh, it's so horrible to go down on a woman. Oh, that it's like,
it's just smells. A lie.
And it's like, I've done both, and I promise you, it is way easier to go down on a woman. So actually, fuck off.
The thing that bi women have is just that we know the truth. We know the truth. And it is that it is very easy to avoid the hair. It is very easy to do it. Trust me, I've done it. And any women that also complain about this, because I know that there's plenty of women out there that also complain about it, as in straight women. I've sucked dick in my life too, and trust me, the hair doesn't get in there either. Like,
honestly. And also on a scale,
I don't know what you're doing if it does. I don't know what you're doing. Like, exactly. Maybe I'm not doing it right, but like,
like, on a scale of terrible things that can happen to you during sex, getting a hair in your mouth is like the least of your concerns. I promise you. I honestly just like bodily fluids, other like disgusting things about the body versus a hair is like so unthreatening, such a non-problem.
I don't understand that. Like, people are out here like willing to swallow cum, like they're just fully swallowing it, and they're not okay with having it one pube hair in their mouth. Like, you're putting the whole dick in there. Like, what do you mean the hair? Like, the hair is what?
It's so minuscule, and also it is kind of like, it's really annoying when you have a hair in your mouth and you can't find it and you can't get it out, but it's a momentary inconvenience in your life, and people just need to actually grow the fuck up. And also, talking about growing up is like this whole, I'm kind of surprised that you fully shave, but I was gonna say that I've like never once fully shaven my vag because I feel like a child. Yeah.
I don't really like how it looks when it's naked. I think it looks like a mole rat. I always think it looks really ugly.
Yeah, I kind of think
but it does feel kind of quite nice.
No, but you know what else I was going to say when we were talking about like going down on women? Isn't it kind of like worse when it's growing back, because it's like stubbly, and that is way more uncomfortable than if it was just hair.
That's the thing, I've never like had to go down on stubble, so I wouldn't know, but like that's what I wonder about my boyfriend all the time. I'm like, how do you like this? Like, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's so rough. Like, it's like when you're making out with someone with a beard, or like they just shaved and it's going back and it's super like scratchy. I like literally, I mean, this is like so against the point of this podcast, but I literally told my ex to like stop shaving his beard because when it would grow back it was so scratchy. I got like eczema on my face from kissing him. It was so uncomfortable. So I'm like, why would you want that when you're going down on someone? I just don't understand. And also, I just don't understand why you'd want to date someone who looks like a literal child. Like, they have no hair. It looks so bare. Like, if men... everything about this argument is so contradictory, because firstly they're saying they don't want to go down on a vagina because it's disgusting, then they make them shave the vagina, which makes it look even more disgusting, and you can see more of the vagina, which you're claiming is disgusting. And also, it's literally unhygienic to shave because the hair protects your vagina from all of the bacteria, so it's making it worse. And I know I completely get the feeling of like, oh, I just feel more hygienic with less hair, because I have felt like that in the past too, and I get why people feel like that, but scientifically it is cleaner and more hygienic for you to have hair there. That's why we have hair there in the first place. So like, it just, none of it makes any sense, and I think it just all comes down to like controlling people, basically. And like, I'm not saying that it's that deep, because obviously if you're with someone you love and like, as you're saying, you want to do something for them that like they prefer, but like, as the person said in this submission that they sent, it's like, wouldn't really be okay in any other circumstance to comment on it. And yeah, because you're having sex with them, you feel like you have to do something, but I don't know, I feel like maybe we should just save our time and our money and not give in to all of the like not give in to all the marketing around shaving.
Why are you laughing? Should I try to just like not shave anymore? But like, the thought of it makes me want to like cry a little bit, like, because oh yeah, it's just like the self-consciousness. Like, I would never be like, I just don't know how to get over it. Like, I genuinely don't know how.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I know I'm fully fine with it myself. Like, I really am just fine with having a bush, and I don't even like, aesthetically I probably prefer when there's hair there.
But like, then what about it would make you self-conscious? Just because you think the other person likes it? I see.
Yeah, I mean, I think that isn't to say, like, if I wasn't in this relationship and if I was just, like, like, if I became single now and I was just, like, to go off, I probably would, like, not clean shave.
Yeah.
I probably still would, like, trim and, like, clean it up a bit and whatever, not have a full bush, but, like, I wouldn't clean shave, I don't think. Or maybe I would. I think, like,
yeah.
I think because, like, when I started having sex, it was this thing that was very ingrained.
Yeah.
And because I'm, like... Yeah, I think it's just something that I can't, like... Well, not that I can't, it's just, like, gonna take some time to kind of be, like, look at it differently and, like, not feel those feelings.
Yeah, but it's, like, a general consensus that and also, like, makes complete sense of, like, what we grow up around, and just the fact that having hair anywhere is bad. Like, now, also, it's really weird. My mom, like, tells me to shave my armpits on a regular basis. She's like, oh, are you gonna shave that? She, like, never used to, but, like... Yeah, it's kind of a general consensus of just, like... You shouldn't have hair, and that's what we're all conditioned to think. So I don't think...
But, like, where do you even think it comes from? Like, who even came up with that shit? Like, what is it about the... Oh, I guess it is the, like, younger girl, but...
I think I have listened to a podcast about it, and there is, like, a reason. I feel like it's, like, a Navy, like, army thing.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know, I could just be wrong. But yeah, I think there is a, like, long history of it, and like the ins and outs of fashion and stuff. Obviously it was, like, a huge revolutionary thing in the 70s and 80s for women to, like, not shave. Hippie vibes. And, like, this is another thing of, like, I really don't mean this in, like, a rude way to either of us, but, like, I feel like people would look at me and, like, I would say, like, I have a full bush, and they would just not be surprised. But if you said you had a full bush, they'd be like, really?
That's kind of true. I kind of agree with that.
But people that I tell have been so nice about it. Like, some people, I've felt like I have to give them a warning of, like, kind of read the room. Are they gonna care that I have a full bush? I'll let them know before they see it. But that was like, okay, I don't really care. And no one said anything rude to me about my pube status.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can't like, I can't actually imagine anyone being like, or like, you know. And that's the thing. It's like, I know that that's not gonna happen, but like, I really do think it would. Like, you know, it's like just anxiety, literally, like anxiety of like an untrue thought of like something that wouldn't happen, but it's like,
and it's
so
all
real.
All comes down to like the male gaze as well. Not to keep bringing everything back to it, but I think when we think of like even just me when I was 10 or whatever, wanting to shave my legs because I thought it was a womanly thing, that is such an ingrained image from the male gaze of like a woman in her shower, like taking time to shave her legs, and like someone watching her, you know, or not someone watching her, but like that is the perspective that it's from. And yeah, also like if you think about art and stuff, it very much used to be like very hairy, like I don't know,
Like
I'm not
full bush.
Yeah, full bush. And now it's just
like
the
opposite. Yeah,
it's weird. And that everything that is marketed to us around shaving and razors and waxing and I don't know. And I think it can be like, yeah, it definitely can be a personal preference thing, but the personal preference does come from those ideas. I don't know how many people would choose to shave if we didn't have those ideas in our society.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even if it's like, because I completely understand, and as I am one of those people that it's like, I will shave my armpits, I will shave my legs, like, and it's like, I know that I'm in that moment, I'm like, I'm very much thinking I'm doing it for me, and it's like, because it is genuinely just my personal preference of how I like to look, or whatever. But I know that that is because I've been told that I have to shave. Like, it's not like I ever felt like I had a choice on whether, like, keeping my... Like, I never thought that it was attractive. So it's like... And you obviously get... You like, get steered towards the, like, be attractive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, I'm really, like, deeping my life now.
There was a moment when you just like really withdrew into yourself, and I was like, is she okay?
Oh god,
I don't know. And yeah, there is something that is kind of inexplicably nice about shaving your legs and them being all smooth and like getting into clean sheets.
Yeah, no, because that's the thing, like, it is nice, you know, like, it is nice to have your, like, smooth legs and your smooth armpits with no hair and whatever. So it is, like, it is a little bit of a trick, because it's, like, obviously it caught on because people were into it.
Whenever I think of smooth armpits, I just think of Taylor Swift's armpits in the Our Song music video, because I just remember so clearly watching that when I was younger and being like, I have never seen smoother armpits in my life, and like Taylor Swift was like my role model, so I was like, right, on a mission
to smooth out my armpit. Yeah, actually, that's another thing that, like, I also feel like even shaving isn't good enough, or like even getting a full wax, or like even like there's so many extremes now. Like, people get fucking laser, yeah, exactly, and it's like, because even when you do that, it's like, it's not even good enough, because you'll have like a little bit of stubble on your legs, or like some, what is it called, like when you have it's a thing, it's like strawberry legs,
oh yeah,
what's it called,
I don't know, like the little red dots,
irritation from shaving, like, and then it will kind of like it won't look like it, like all the marketing and everything's telling you to look, so then it's like, oh, I'm not even doing it right, like,
yeah,
and all of these other like fucking complications that come from it, as I said,
Yeah.
like all the fucking like irritation and all of that shit that is like, okay, now I'm dealing with this, and
Yeah.
it's like there's always gonna be a new thing to deal with. I feel
Yeah.
like they're always like trying to just catch you and get you to spend more money.
yeah, it's just
Feel shittier
constantly
about yourself.
trying to seek some new level of perfection that we are never gonna reach. And it's just, yeah, it's just so sad in a way of like spending your whole life trying to be careless.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that note, do you want to give us some shaving tips?
Oh yes, I will give you some shaving tips. So my tips are, this is like pubes shaving, but I guess this is just a general tip anyway. Like, use a men's razor rather than women's razors. I just think they're a lot better. Like, the blades are tend to be a lot better, and they just work better for some fucking reason. Well, I mean, obviously because it's men's product, so they're just gonna make them better, aren't they?
Of course.
But yeah, so men's razor, and always when I'm shaving my pubes, I always try to use a clean blade, and then I'm not like just throwing these blades out. Like, I'll keep using them for my legs and my armpits, but like when I'm doing pubes, then like clean blade every time. Also do it at the very end of your shower, so like the pores have like really opened up, like with the heat, like the very, very end. And use olive oil. A hot tip. That is my hot tip. Olive oil is actually the best. I've used like shaving cream, conditioner, just soap, like, and olive oil, it's like the smoothest, and it just like gives you the least irritation, like the least razor burn, and yeah, just the smoothest finish essentially. And then yeah, just pull your skin when you're shaving that area. Obviously try to make it as like taut, is that the word, as possible. I feel like that's not a hot take, but yeah, those are my shaving tips, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. I got these tips actually from a YouTube video by this Irish YouTuber.
Yeah.
And it changed my life. So here's the advice that I'm passing on to you guys, because I really struggled with shaving, like a lot, like would get such bad irritation and such bad ingrown hairs, and like it would just be horrible.
Ouchies.
But now it's a little bit better. It's still not perfect realistically, but there you go.
But yeah, I mean, hope you're all doing good.
But yeah, let us know your pube status.
Hope your pubes are doing good.
And I hope you guys liked learning about our pubes and what we think about pubes.
Our pubey musings. I really want to name the episode that.
Let's do it, mate. But let us know like any more of your thoughts on pubic hair, body hair, like any of the messages you got about it, the way you feel about it now, thoughts about partner shaving, anything literally that we have talked about in this topic, and anything that we haven't because we missed it out or something. Definitely let us know. You can email us at sexwithpodcast@gmail.com, or visit our website www.sexwithpodcast.com, where you can find literally all the information about all the episodes, and submit anonymous questions, or tell us an anonymous story of some sorts. Tell us about your pube status anonymously if you so wish. You can find... Oh, go on.
I was just going to say, so we don't use your information against you.
Yes.
Not that we would ever do that.
Yeah, or you can find us on Instagram at Sex with Podcast, or Facebook at Sex with Podcast, and send us a message there. And all our information is usually put on our Instagram. We ask questions there to get our segments. So if you want to get involved, definitely follow us there.
And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, please.
And
please,
Spotify,
please.
You can leave ratings now on Spotify, so
Oh my God,
leave us a little
perfect.
rating.
Go do it right now. And other than that,
5 stars, obviously.
Obviously, don't leave us a 1-star review. We
No,
don't
then don't even go there.
But yeah, we will see if you do leave us a 1-star review. I will reveal your pube status to the world. Just putting it out there.
You've been threatened. It's a threat.
You've been warned. But yeah, lovely to speak to you. And we will see you next week. Bye.
You've been listening to Sextras, presented by Honey Jane Wyatt and Maria Jose Hayodatiyi. Produced by Mabel Productions.